Welcome from over there. Here we are, live again, episode number 8. My friend Ed Tripold.
Hi.
Welcome. Hopefully we got some viewers out there tonight. Oh, my TV just went on. That's not good. I should shut that off. I don't have a remote. Anyway, welcome to From Over There. I said this is episode number 8. Just a couple of things. Skype in, call in, chat in. We got the Facebook thing going on. We got the YouTube chat going on. We will open the lines to Skype and phone calls, so we hope to hear from you guys. In now tradition of From Over There, we will welcome our guest by asking Ed, how did we meet?
Well, we met at a place where you were playing, local club, and I just really liked what you were doing. We ended up talking, exchanging business cards, and then you told me about this great show that you do.
Thank you. Hope it's a great show.
Well, the ones that I watched were wonderful. I hope that I do justice to this one.
Well, to give you some kudos off the bat, Ed is the first guest that I've had on. You're my fourth guest. First guest, I'll call him a stranger. We never met.
That's right.
We just met at a club, as you were saying. So you did step up. I have to give you credit for being a brave guy and saying, hey, I want to do your show.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just a hint to all you guys and gals out there. Yeah. Come do it. So,
yeah.
So,
and now I know where you live.
That's right. I have to start getting a contract and a waiver and do background checks on people before they come on the show. So, yeah, there's a stranger from over there.
Right.
And so, yeah, we met at a place that I play, and that's pretty much
we certainly have music in common. I think we started talking about motorcycles.
Yep. That's my social life when I play at clubs is I get a 20, 30-minute break once a gig usually, and I go out and talk to people and engage people, and Ed just, we started talking music.
Yeah.
And so I never heard Ed play before. He said he wanted to be on the show. I said, well, one of the prerequisites, as people are learning, is we can't do covers because YouTube doesn't really allow me to do covers without giving me copyright infringement notices. So Ed says, I got some original songs. I said, send me a couple things. He sent me a couple songs, and here he is. So we've never played together. Except for an hour ago, he showed up.
Right.
We practiced a couple songs, so I hope to do a couple songs with him. And why don't we pop right into one?
Okay. All right.
This will break the ice.
Okay. Just a little blues song.
Okay.
Blues tune that I wrote.
Everything you're hearing from Ed, what's interesting about Ed is he's kind of doing what I do out live, too. He does some background tracks, which he's programmed all of himself. So everything you're hearing is Ed. If there's background tracks until I pick up a guitar, then I'm screwing up your song. But
no, I doubt that.
So what song are you going to do?
All right, this is a song called When I Give It All Back to You. It's based on a pretty much true story. I mean, you can't sing the blues unless you've had some sort of failed relationship.
There you go.
I heard Eric Clapton talking, I guess it was quite a few months ago, and he mentioned that he felt he was qualified to play the blues by virtue of the things that happened in his life. I was thinking, I never questioned his qualifications to play the blues anyway.
Right.
But I guess everyone's had things that have happened in their life. This is one of the few cases, though, where I actually had to ask someone to leave. Usually I'm on the other side of that curve. And it actually involved packing their stuff up and well, here it is.
There you go.
But I wasn't really very happy, so that's the blues.
This isn't the song we were going to do together, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Want to give it all back to you? Yeah.
Am I supposed to play
wait
that?
a minute. What, do you want to do Local Star instead?
Well, you know what? Since you announced it,
okay.
we can
Since
change
we
up
went
the
through
format
all
a little
that?
bit.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Right.
I wasn't going to pick up a guitar until later, but since we already had that intro, we can't say no, right?
All right. So I'm going to need this.
Yep.
Lavaliers are off?
Yep.
All right. For anybody who wants to do this at home or play along, it's in the key of E. You can take all your soft, sweet, sexy things. Yeah, put them in a bag for you. But that won't mean I won't love you so, no, no, when I give it all back to you. It's hard to define what is yours and mine, yeah, except for these few things. From the powder room, whoa, whoa, your sweet perfume and your golden earrings. You can take all your soft, sweet, sexy things, yeah, I put them in a bag for you. But that won't mean I won't love you so, no, no, when I give it all back to you. There are still a few things in my closet that start my memory echoing, whoa, whoa, remembering, yeah, the way we used to be. You can take all your soft, sweet, sexy things, yeah, put them in a bag for you. But that won't mean I won't love you so, no, no, when I give it all back to you. No, that won't mean I won't love you so, no, no, when I give it all back to you.
Nice. Very nice, very nice. There you have it. Relationships make for great songs, right?
It does.
Maybe,
maybe we are qualified to play the blues.
maybe we could go there here.
Oh, the crowd's going wild.
The crowd is wild. Okay, quiet, silence out there.
Oh, man.
Let's see, we got John Graper in the house on the YouTube stream. What's up, Johnny? I'll type in hello to Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Johnny Graper is... I have to hand out an award. We have to start handing out awards soon. You got the award.
He's a regular, isn't he?
He is.
I saw him on one of the Facebook posting. I was like, this is really nice.
Yes.
He knows when your last show was.
John, you win the award for most consistent. I think you haven't missed an episode yet. This is my 8th episode. And 2 things in my life have brought many wonderful people into my life. One is music, and the other one is my motorcycle. And
there we go.
I met John through a Goldwing community.
Nice bike.
And we have ridden to Colorado together. We do not really festivals, but a bunch of people get together. And so he's a Goldwing. He shows up at my gigs once in a while, rides his Goldwing. Thanks for tuning in,
Very
John.
Cool.
Also, you guys can get in touch with me on Facebook. Let me put up the number, too. I'm going to put up the phone number and the Skype number here. Let's do this. So there's the phone number at the top of the screen. And at the left of the screen is my Skype number. You can Skype there. And on the bottom right-hand side of the screen is my Patreon page. If you don't know what that is, go click on patreon.com/FromOverThere and check it out. It's just a cool site for content creators where you can get behind-the-scenes stuff. Anyway, we kind of messed up our song list there by me coming in right away, but
okay,
that's showbiz, man.
That is showbiz.
That is showbiz.
It's flexibility.
So, John, let me know how it's sounding and looking out there. Hopefully we got some other people out in the audience. These things do get archived up to YouTube after the show, so we can send them out to friends and family. What do you got for us next, Ed?
Well, I guess the next one is a song I wrote while I was out in Colorado. Okay, I lived out in Colorado for a while.
Did you? That's where we're at.
A place called Steamboat Springs.
Good skiing, right?
Oh, yeah, it was good. I was very poor at the time because I was a musician. I stayed in Dale for a while and couldn't afford to ski, but had a good time playing there.
I got to get a quieter chair, man. Listen to this chair.
But anyway, I wrote this song called Local Star, and it's about 90% true. All these things pretty much happened. They just didn't all happen on the same night.
All these things in this one song.
Yeah. Nice. So there's grains of truth.
And it's Local Star.
It's called Local Star.
Local Star by Ed Tripold.
I've often dreamt about a life in a musical career, to sing a song and carry on while drinking shots and beer. There's nothing really special about how I play guitar, but no one seems to notice in a noisy, crowded bar. And everybody likes to hear tunes they already know. They may sing along to a standard song or stay and watch the show, but I'm just background to the ball game, broads and brawling in the bar. That's what it's like to be a local star. Some guy is falling off a bar stool shouting Willie Nelson's name, and I hear the distant rumbling of some electronic game. They're screaming in the corner where two goons are in a fight. What the bouncer says, it is a fairly quiet night. And everybody likes to hear tunes they already know. They may sing along to a standard song or stay and watch the show, but I'm just background to the ball game, broads and brawling in the bar. That's what it's like to be a local star. Pick it, Ed. And there's a drunkard who went crazy when the barmaid gave last call. But before she gets to call for help, the phone's turned off the wall. And after one more song I say goodnight, and how I feel. It hasn't been a great time, but it surely has been real. And everybody likes to hear tunes they already know. They may sing along to a standard song or stay and watch the show, but I'm just background to the ball game, broads and brawling in the bar. That's what it's like to be a local star. Let's take it on home now. That's what it's like to be a local star.
That's the applause you don't hear in the clubs, right?
You know what I will say, though, is that I love playing. I feel that I'm a school teacher trapped, or I'm a musician trapped in a school teacher's body.
Occupation.
Yeah. When I do play out, every once in a while, people applaud for you. And I can't think of really any jobs. Like, I worked all day today. No one applauded for me.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of people
Hopefully
that worked all day.
The parents are applauding at home, I hope.
I hope so, too. Yeah. I hope so, too. But what a great occupation.
Oh, I was going to say, you stole my song on that one. Every line,
Yeah.
Every single line, right?
Yeah.
It's so true, and it's great that you can write about it. And that's a hit song.
That was a long time ago when I wrote that, and it still kind of rings true today.
Oh, totally. Great song, and every line rang true.
It's a tough business to break into. Everybody wants to do it. Because it's so much fun.
And I'm trying to get out.
And you're trying to get out. Yeah, well, your advice
I can't get out!
I said, this is something I want to do. And you're like, well, don't do it for the money.
Right. Ed asked me, he says, listen, man, you've been doing this a long time. He says, I'm trying to break into it. Do you have any advice? I said, yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
or
do it.
at least
like, oh, man.
Don't do it for money.
Yeah.
Go and do it because you love it, but don't try to make a living at it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say that facetiously, but it's not as easy as it used to be. And I have so many good friends that are entertainers, and I want to get a bunch of them on the show, and we'll have that story over and over. It's the only business you can be in where you don't get a raise. Not only do you never get a raise, after years go by, they want to cut your pay. Oh,
well, sure.
The budgets are bad, and the economy's bad, and we had a meeting, and we got to cut your pay by a third.
We had a meeting.
All right, we had a meeting.
Yeah. We all got together.
I had one recently. A place. We had a meeting, and it was either the UFC or live music.
Right.
So I'm taking boxing lessons and cage fighting lessons now, so I can still work there.
Yeah. And you really don't want to play around Super Bowl time if you don't have to.
I remember the old days. Funny, one of your lines in your song. Now there's big screen TVs all over bars, but back in the day, remember the one big screen TV,
the one big analog set that was gigantic,
and it was like this green screen behind us, and they would set me up in front of it, and the game would be projecting.
Oh my God,
on my
I had the
face,
same experience.
which I think is cool because I don't want to be in the corner. At least I'm getting some eye contact over here.
I had the exact same thing. It was a projection TV, and I was like, "Why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here?"
I play in a place now, and they have like 8 big screen TVs behind me, and the owner comes up and he starts shutting them off. He says, "No, leave them on, because people are going to look over here." You know, I was like, but, awesome, man. So you're a school teacher.
I'm a school teacher. Yeah.
Do you want to say where?
Sure. Yeah, I teach in Linden. I'm working out of the high school. Great staff there. They just try.
What do you teach?
I'm a special ed teacher. I teach math, science.
Awesome.
A lot of really talented teachers there working their brains out every day.
Musicians are really nerds. Seriously, I was having this conversation in a club the other night with somebody talking about technical. What else do you do? I'm like, I've done websites.
Right.
You know, they're like, what, really? That's kind of technical. I says, try to play music.
Right. It is.
And it's true.
Musicians it's mathematical too.
Musicians are nerds that usually with long hair or just want to go out and play guitar. But high school, is that challenging in the Linden district?
Well, it's challenging in any district.
I'm sure. That age group.
You're dealing with a lot of electronic devices which are just distractions.
Yeah. Like at the clubs.
Well, like at the clubs, yeah. I turned before we started here, I said, I'm turning my phone off. What if it rings? This is important.
My friend Heather says, nice voice, Ed.
Oh, thanks, Heather.
Head, Skype in. Come on, I need a Skype call. I need a Skype call.
That would be so cool.
The number is at the top of the screen. The Skype is at the lower left. Heather's a dear friend of mine who's been very instrumental in helping me set some of this up as far as when I needed it.
I like the play on word there with the instrumental.
There you go. But I would need practice doing Skype calls, and she would Skype me. But she's camera shy on air.
Oh.
So I got John and Heather out there. Nobody on Facebook yet. Nobody calling us Skyping. But me and Ed are here blasting out to the world.
We are.
And that's interesting. A school teacher. Have you been doing that most of your life?
Well, my first teaching assignment was for Department of Corrections as a teacher.
Really?
And I did that for about 4 years.
Now, Department of Corrections as a teacher.
As a teacher.
How does that work?
It was high school equivalency. We were teaching youthful offenders in the first part of my career, and then actually in a prison after that. And then I made the transition into public school.
I'm glad to hear of it. Does that still exist?
Education absolutely.
In the industrial prison system?
Sure.
I'm glad to hear that. When I was in jail, they never taught me shit.
They never taught you anything in there? Okay. We helped a lot of students get their GEDs or high school equivalencies.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And that's got to be pretty interesting. I mean,
it was.
Is it a classroom environment?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you go cell to cell? And
the only thing is it was 12 months a year, too. There was no, I remember an inmate one time asked me, when's summer vacation? And I was like, I don't really get a vacation.
Jail, you don't get a vacation in jail.
I hate to break it to you.
That's crazy.
So I made the transition into public school.
Nice.
Which is certainly better than prison.
Yeah. Yes. And I maybe we'll have a political show one day, which I'd love to get some people here talking about issues and stuff, because that's why people are in prison, is because they don't get educated.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And, we don't even want to start talking about the fallen cities of Detroit and all these places where there is no education.
The connection between making more money is directly proportional to the level of education.
Or making
in most
any
cases,
money.
or making any money these days, because high school diploma is really just an entry level now. It's almost you need to go to college or go to a trade school and get some skills.
Right.
If I was a heating air conditioning guy, I could work all year round. I'd probably do just fine.
There you go.
But you have to have some skills, and you need academics in order to do those trades. So.
Right. Or learn to play guitar and go play in clubs.
Yes, right. But don't give up your day job. Is apparently what you're telling me.
Get the day job first. Cool. All right. What do we got now? Let's get through some songs, because Ed's got about 6 songs to do. I don't want to run out of time. We're 20 minutes in here.
We're 20 minutes in already.
Let me check the social media. It's a little quiet, but we've got a couple people hanging out. What do you got in store for us?
Well, actually,
I can bring that up.
Oh, okay. Actually, this is a tune I wrote about heartbreak. Yeah, again, if it wasn't for failed relationships, I would only have half the songs that I have. And this one is a song called Brand New Broken Heart, because when you first have something happen to you, you break up with someone, it doesn't seem to get better right away. They say time will make things better, but it doesn't get better like the next day or the day after that or sometimes months after that. So I wrote this song called Brand New Broken Heart because it's an oxymoron, I guess, and I put a backing track on it, and it goes like this. I remember candlelight. I remember feeling right about everything to do with you. We were really on our way. Late night drinking Cabernet, but that was then. And now we're through. And I wake up every morning. I don't know what to do. It's gonna be a long day without you. It's no surprise that our demise still tears me all apart. It feels just like a brand new broken heart. The first time that I saw you, standing next to someone new, it cut me down to the ground. I will never be the same. I can only feel the pain. It shoots me down without a sound. And I go to bed each evening. I don't know what to do. It's gonna be a cold night without you. Resounding grief and disbelief tear me all apart. It feels just like a brand new broken heart. It's like going back in time, back when you were mine. I'm thinking of the way we were back then, living in denials, but only for a while. Still it feels just like I'm losing you again. I remember holding you. I remember having you like no one else in my life. I remember loving you. I remember being true and wanting you to be my wife. It's hard to face each moment of my life without you here. That has always been my greatest fear. It's no surprise that our demise tears me all apart. It feels just like a brand new broken heart. It feels just like a brand new broken heart. Feels just like a brand new broken heart.
Sweet. Very nice. So,
Yeah, it feels just like that.
it does. It sounded like it felt. The song felt better than a broken heart. It was nice.
Well, it's catchy. It's
Yeah.
when you do that happy song,
with a broken
sad melody, happy song. It's a nice contrast.
You have a wonderful sound.
Well, thanks.
Great sound, great voice.
Thanks.
Your playing is awesome. I notice you don't use a pick. You
I used to, and I keep them up here because
in case
every
you
once in a
fling
while, I don't know what happened. I used to be a real flat picking kind of, and I broke a lot of strings, and I used to wear those metal appendages on the fingers for the picking, and I broke more strings with that. So I kind of stopped with that. Sometimes my fingers get a little tangled up. There might have been some buzzes, but
I've been playing less and less with a pick as well,
Yeah.
which is great
Yeah.
because it's different style and. If you don't have picks,
yeah. Well, I
you can still play.
I picked up a classical guitar and I started noodling around with that. I actually did a gig at somebody's house playing classical guitar,
Nice.
which was kind of
I
interesting.
saw when you were
since
warming up, you were doing.
I was doing a little Bach and a little,
stuff.
yeah,
Very cool stuff.
And then I saw with the Spanish style, you can do a lot of things, and I said, well,
Right.
you can do that with the flat pick, but you're kind of limited. So unless you do like a Paul Simon thing where you use the flat pick
Right,
and you
and
use
the
your fingers, and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, okay.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of guitar. There are so many different ways to approach
Yeah.
it.
No one can tell you you're playing it wrong.
Right. Exactly. There are no rules. If it
Yeah.
works, it works. And it's a matrix. I mean, unlike
Yeah.
a piano, which is linear, you got
Yeah.
strings going this way and
Right,
frets going
and you're
this
supposed
way.
to sit a certain way.
Oh, it's-
And well, even with guitar, I mean, with classical, you're supposed to keep the thumb here, and you're not supposed to see the thumb.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of times I'll bring
Guys
the
are
thumb
reaching-
around
right,
to
and-
play
and-
something.
Yeah,
So,
I see so many people doing that to play that bass sound.
Yeah, so, and even when I'm playing other things, that thumb is just out there. So but it's a freedom of expression. You hear about guys like Richie Havens who supposedly just didn't know how to tune a guitar, so that's how he created his tunings, which is why it's hard to sound like Richie Havens because he's playing like upside down and funny,
Right. There's some mad
Yeah.
cats out there,
Yeah.
man, doing some crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
So try whatever you want. Yeah.
My buddy John texting in on the YouTube stream saying, no show next week. Are you at the Jefferson House 6 to 10? Yes, I am.
Oh.
I am at the Jefferson House next week from 6 to 10. And there is a show on Tuesday. My friend Arne Wendt will be coming in. I will be announcing him at the end of the show. So we will be streaming next week, but not a Monday but Tuesday for the first time. But thanks for asking, John. Which means John may show up at the Jefferson House on his bike because
Oh, very cool.
it's cool and up like in Lake Atacon. It's
If you get a chance to see Floyd, by all means, go there. Go see him,
Thank
wherever
you.
he's playing.
Thank you.
Not only is he a wonderful musician, but he's just quite entertaining, too.
And if you don't get a chance to come out and see me, tune into From Over There. Let's see, somebody on Facebook, is this just, for real? Oh, my nephew, he's always good at tuning in too. I was promised motorcycle talk. Where's my motorcycle talk?
Okay.
That's my nephew
All
who's
right.
going to be on my show someday. He's in the midst of
Okay.
moving to San Diego right now in the military, and he's an avid machine head as far
Okay.
as
All right.
watercraft and bikes. And I saw the other day on Facebook, he's got a friggin' alligator in his hand, a crocodile. Well, we don't have crocodiles in North America. We have American alligators.
yes.
He's got an alligator about this big, and he's got it by the snout. And he's like, "Oh, look, it's pretty." He kisses it on the
Oh,
snout.
my God.
That's my nephew.
Yeah.
He wants motorcycle talk.
Motorcycle talk.
You want your mind blown? We're halfway through the stream already.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that like
It's
time flies?
I had
when
a
you're-
feeling it would go fast.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
does
think
go
I'd have
fast.
enough songs, and as it turns out,
We got
it's gotta be
songs.
plenty.
Motorcycle talk. What do you want to talk? Call in, Trav. We'll talk bikes.
okay. My first motorcycle was a Honda 404 Super Sport.
How old were you?
I think I was around 27 because I'd heard a John Denver song, Rocky Mountain High, and he was
yeah.
born. And I actually hitchhiked out to Colorado, and the first thing I did instead of buying a car was buy a motorcycle, which wasn't that practical because the snow starts to fall in September.
Right.
But I thought that was a big bike, 404. As it turns out, that's not a big bike at all.
Well, my first bike, I rode friends' bikes, like dirt bikes here and there, but I never owned one until I was in the Navy in when did I buy that bike? It had to be like 82, 81, San Diego, California, but a Honda CB200.
Oh, yeah. I
So it's
know
a
people
small,
that
even
have those.
smaller
I know
bike.
those. Yep. What was
And
it, like
here,
a 200 or a 300, 200 something?
CB200.
200, yeah, okay.
And here I'm a dumbass kid, all full of testosterone in the Navy. I bought this thing. I guess it's safe to say now with, the 7 years have gone by more than, what's the law?
Oh, yeah. 7 years means significant. 7-year itch. 7 years.
No, well, no. When you can break the law, and 7 years later they can't arrest you.
Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations.
Okay.
I'm a dumb kid in San Diego. I buy this bike for like $200.
Okay.
I rode it for 7 months. No license, no insurance. All I did was put gas and oil in it. Flip flops, tank tops, and shorts in San Diego. You know, my girlfriend on the back.
Well, there's no helmet law out there. Right. There wasn't one in Colorado. I don't think you had to have insurance either. So it's like, try that in New Jersey. It lasts about 5 minutes.
Then I sold the bike for what I bought it for. It was like,
good for you. Oh, you did much better than I did. I bought mine for about $900 and sold it for $300. Which is what I sold my car for. That seemed to be the number. And I think I hitchhiked out to Colorado with $300, so that was my magic number.
You got a bike now?
I have a bike now. I just bought it, quite a while ago.
I think I got a picture of it.
There might be a picture of the bike there. It's a, were you allowed to name brands?
Sure.
It's a Kawasaki Vulcan. It's 1997, I think.
I got some pictures here, which we can go through real quick. There's Ed. There's Ed playing in a bar. I noticed. There's Ed.
I was messing around with Photoshop one day. There should be one of me with 2 heads. There it is. Well, 2 heads are better than 1, I suppose.
We're going to do that live with Photoshop on the Mac here one day where we're going to do all the weird stuff. But Ed sent me a bunch of pictures. I know there's one of a bike in here. That's your first guitar.
That's the inside of the first guitar.
It looks like it's a little beat up.
That was where the bracing was supposed to go, which had dried up and fallen out. The whole guitar sort of imploded and exploded. I just couldn't bear to let it go, even though I had no idea what I was doing to fix it. I just knew it needed to be put back together.
So we're super versatile here. We go from motorcycle talk to guitar talk.
Oh, yes, but anyway, it's a Kawasaki Vulcan, 1500 cc.
Wait, let's stay here a second. That was my first guitar.
Oh, you're kidding.
Stella
mine
Harmony,
too. Yeah, I bought
Stella Harmony guitar.
Yeah, $20 at a pawn shop.
I got mine from, I was about 11, 12 years old. My parents bought me a drum set.
Okay.
And set up in the basement. I was playing them and loving playing the drums. And my sister was down there roller skating one day and went to stop and accidentally put her hand through the snare. My parents thought the drums were broken, sold the drums without ever consulting me. I think they didn't like the loud noise, and that was just their excuse to get rid of them.
Well, yeah.
And I was heartbroken and making a lot of noise about not having my drums. So my dear aunt, who's a nun, gave me a Stella Harmony guitar.
Yep.
And here I am. Changed my world. Okay?
Well, me too. Me too.
The old Stella Harmony, that's great.
That was around the time of, for me, the time of Gordon Lightfoot was on the radio and James Taylor.
I wish I still had mine. I remember having a GE tape recorder, like a mono tape recorder, and doing my own little radio shows.
Yeah.
And I still have some of them tapes, by the way, which is pretty amazing. Look at the Stella Harmony guitar. So I was going to ask you about this picture.
That's actually, at school, we hatched some chicks.
I was going to say, if you play this, you get chicks.
That's what I was going for. That's why I threw it in there, because I thought that you might get chicks when you play guitar. As it turns out, you get actual chicks.
And then as you get older, you get chickens.
You get chickens, yeah.
You get chickens. Oh, there's Ed with his dog.
Actually, it's not my dog. It's a friend's dog, but I just fell in love with this little Bichon.
Borrowed it for the picture.
I adore this little dog, and I wrote a song about this dog.
Sean's not going to be writing a tune about something there. That's a Bichon.
Yes.
I grew up with a couple Bichons. All right. That's a Bichon smelling a fish's butt.
Yes.
A Bichon in the snow, which they can disappear.
There's the pooper scooper thing.
Oh, I was wondering what
I would find myself with poopy bags in my clothes, and I was like, I don't even own a dog.
There's a marina.
Yep. That's in Red Bank someplace, I think. There we go. Here's motorcycle. Yes. That's... I think I was just showing my girlfriend that I had just gotten a haircut.
A couple saddlebags.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
There it is.
There you go.
Yep. I remember when I bought it, I saw it on eBay, and it was actually for sale in a dealership. So I went to the dealership and I bought it like full price, just the buy now price, because I liked it. And then after I got home, I realized I had not test driven it at all. I just bought it.
My friend John's chiming in here. He says he owns a Goldwing and a Rune. You ever see the Honda Rune?
No.
Rune? It's a Goldwing engine on a frame with a seat.
Oh, jeez.
It's sick. There's not a lot of them out there. I don't even think they make. I think they only made it for a couple of years. So John's going to ride his Rune out to the Jefferson House.
Yes.
Come on. 3 Mile Island.
I don't know why I put that in there. We were on vacation, and I think the only thing was that I thought that we should have kept the windows rolled up, as if that would make a difference.
While they're that reminds me of and that's another show. While they're distracting us with transgender people, which bathroom they could use, there are 3 nuclear reactors in the United States that are leaking right now, which we don't see in the news.
I'm worried about them.
But that's another show. I recognize that. John, you recognize this next picture. That's what, Route 97 on the...
Yes, right runs parallel to Eagle's Nest, I think, is up there. And to the right of that, if you look down, there's the Delaware River.
John and I have ridden it many times.
Lots of bikers up there.
Great.
Lots of motorheads up there.
I have a picture of my son on that wall right there, too.
That's looking down on the Delaware
River. Right above. This is Staircase Rapids, which I've been down many times in a canoe.
Okay. I've kayaked down this way before.
We do that every year. It's great. It's a great place.
Yeah. There's little dots down there, which are people in rafts that you could see them.
Yeah, that's a great spot.
There they are. Those
that's
little
me,
dots.
Right there.
Yeah,
that's
you. I see it. Yeah.
And there's the
pups again. Yeah. I have about 400 pictures of other people's dogs.
And there's food.
And there's food and wine. Yeah.
Just because.
That's
like the after party.
That's my girlfriend's hand.
Okay. And I'm going to leave that one up there for a bit. Call Ed for music.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually a table drawing that a friend of mine did. We were out at a bar, and he started sketching this because the music was too loud, and it kind of drove us out. So he's a very talented guy. He's a designer, designs clothing, and also makes interesting table drawings. So he took a picture of it, and that can be found on my Facebook page. Oh, is this? Look at this.
That's my nephew's first bike. It's
nice bike.
A BMW S1000 RR. Bad choice, he said. But hey, I'm going to leave Ed's number up there. Copy his number down if you'd like to hire him for a party or something.
Oh yeah, I do private parties, weddings.
Take business away from me. No.
Oh no.
We'll do a duo. Give him prank phone calls, whatever. It's all good, man.
Oh God, yes.
Cool. Well, let's get back to some music.
Okay.
Is that the pictures? Yeah. Let's. Thanks for sharing those, Ed.
Oh, that was great. That's great.
Yeah.
Give us something to talk about.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you got for us?
Well, I think I'll try to do this next tune, which is called Long Way Down From Here. It's actually a more positive love song.
Gotta have those ones in a while.
That's why it's got major 7 chords in it. But the idea is that, though, I've had enough failed relationships. Unfortunately, the one that I'm in now has been just wonderful. And sometimes you say, it's like, well, when's the other shoe going to drop? But in this case, it just hasn't. But always in the back of my mind, it's like, well, it's like you're way up here. This is a long way to fall. When you don't have anything to lose, you're not as scared.
There you go.
So anyway, that's what this song is about. Hopefully, the backing track will work out okay. Let's see. Oh, that's me on bongos. Well, I could see so much from way up here. Everything down there looked small. There was something that became quite clear, that it was way too far to fall. But I'm not one for taking chances. That's not really what I wanna do. I don't know what this romance is when it comes to loving you. You are more than I could ask for, just a chance to have you near. I could never hope to have more. Oh baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way down from here. And way up here it's sometimes frightening. Sometimes my poor heart just lets me down. If I'm struck by love or lightning, I could come falling to the ground. But I could see so much from way up here. Everything down there looks small. Now there's something that's become quite clear, and nothing else really matters at all. 'Cause you are more than I could ask for, just a chance to have you near. I could never hope to have more. Oh, baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way down from here. Baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way. Oh, baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way down from here.
Very nice. I got to ask you about your influences. I hear a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, you're one now.
Not up to this point. I mean, as far as your
Oh, but I would say
that had a very who's that? Bread.
Oh, maybe sure. Well, they would have been real popular at the time that I was first cutting my teeth. Yeah, I used to love America.
Yeah. Still love America, but
America. God bless America.
God bless
Absolutely.
America, wherever the hell it is.
Absolutely. I would say James Taylor, Gordon Lightfoot, players that are so far beyond my ability, like Eric Clapton, any acoustic guys.
Yeah, I can hear the influence in there. It's,
one of the first people I ever saw finger pick a guitar was Glenn Campbell on television.
He's not doing real well right now.
He's not. He's got Alzheimer's,
yes, he does.
And I think he needed an iPad with his lyrics because it became an issue for him remembering how to play the chords and how to.
What an amazing player!
A studio musician for years, and then broke out with just wonderful hits.
Yeah, I used to love watching Hee Haw. Glenn Campbell, Roy Clark,
wonderful,
Buck Owens.
Wonderful. Yep.
I mean, what monsters! We didn't even realize.
Those guys were unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I saw Glenn Campbell finger picking "Gentle on My Mind," and he was doing it on an Ovation guitar, and those were cutting edge at the time. And I had never seen anything like that. I said, I'd like to be able to do that a little bit.
He had an Ovation double neck and an Ovation electric, which I've seen him play. I guess they custom made some stuff for him. I am the lineman of the county.
Oh, man. He was wonderful. Just wonderful.
Cool. Let's jump into another song.
Okay.
We're cruising through time here.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah. John corrected us on Eagle's Nest up in... But,
that wasn't Eagle's Nest?
It's Hawk's Nest.
Oh, man. Sorry about that. My apologies.
I knew that, but it's the pressure of being
My apologies to the Hawks. How much time do we have?
We have 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then, do you want to hear the dog song?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you heard the dog song.
I have not heard the dog song.
But I fell in love with this little Bichon dog. And the song's called Lapdog.
Oh, so that's where the pictures came in. Aha. If I'd have known that, I'd have had the pictures in the background while you're playing.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing a YouTube thing with it, with pictures of the dogs, but, we'll see. Well, I'm your little lapdog. Your hand is on my shoulder. My paws are hanging over and my head is on your knee. I'm your little lapdog. We both are getting older and the nights are feeling colder. Guess that's how it's gonna be. There's a good chance you'll outlive me, so I hope that you'll forgive me. But if somehow I outlive you, I don't know what I would do. Who's gonna feed and walk me when I'm waiting on the stoop? Who'll follow up behind me and scoop up on my poop? I'm always glad to see you. I'm barking at the door. You're always glad to see me. Please don't leave me anymore. And you talk as if I understand, and then I bark at you. I lift my ears and tilt my head as if I really do. Sometimes you feed me from the table, though we both know that it's wrong. We watch TV, you play with me, and I miss you when you're gone. And if some night in our sleep together we would pass away, we'd never lose the love we have. Yeah, we'll meet again some way. And I'd be your little lapdog. We wouldn't get any older. The nights wouldn't feel any colder. If only that could be. Well, I'm your little lapdog. Your hand is on my shoulder, and my paws are hanging over, and my head is on your knee.
Very nice. It took me a line or two to figure out which person you were singing.
Which person I was, yeah.
Which dog you were singing.
It's actually the little girl dog, because Mikey I adore too, but she immediately just took to me and jumped into my arms and put her head down and flopped, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm a big animal lover, was fortunate enough to be brought up with dogs my whole life. My dad had hunting dogs outside, and my mom had the lap dog inside, and I've been pet-free for about 3 years now, for the first time in my life. I've had the most crazy pets, but
my name is Floyd, and I have been pet-free for 3 years now.
Right. I go to meetings every week. But man's best friend, definitely dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know how you know that? Like if you're in a relationship and you have a dog and a girlfriend or a wife, you know how you tell who's your best friend?
Wow.
You lock them both in a trunk for 20 minutes, and when you open the trunk, the first one to lick your face is your best friend.
Right, okay. I was actually going to use something like that. I thought it might have been in poor taste.
No,
which one's going to be glad to see you, right? The dog will be glad to see you.
Right. Well, we're about almost 12 minutes out.
12 minutes out?
Yeah, what do you got, 2 or 3 more songs?
We could do Judy Ann together.
Let's do that.
And then finish up within the Garden State.
Yeah, we got a little time. We don't have to be exact. Let's see. Somebody's chiming in here on Facebook.
Oh, I'd love to hear.
Let's see.
More about motorcycles?
Ha. My nephew says you almost sound pre-recorded. Your notes are spot on.
Oh,
and
okay.
you're right. Your tone, your pitch. I'm watching your right hand. You're an excellent player.
Great singer,
great songwriter. The song structures are great. And
well, I have to say when I saw and heard you, when you say you saw someone perform, well, in your case, saw and heard you perform, I was like, I even sent you something. I said, I don't know if I'm good enough to be on this show.
Oh man, never judge.
You are the consummate professional.
I just do it a lot.
You just do it a lot.
I just do it so much that
you're relentless.
And I have
you're
to
absolutely
eat,
relentless.
And I have to eat.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to borrow your cape.
Oh, sure.
I'm up here on 3. So we rehearsed this song twice before we aired. So
right.
If I screw up Ed's song here, please forgive me.
Yeah. Well, to err is human. Right?
Yeah. Okay. I turned up your guitar 2 songs ago just because I didn't know if you had brought it down.
You know, I might have because
This is called.
It's called Judy Ann.
And
it's also about a person.
Not a dog.
Not a dog.
All right. I'll do the best I can.
But it's a relatively simple structure with a couple of 7ths and major 7ths in it. But she was not a simple structure, though, that's for sure.
The structure. All right.
So anyway, here we go. It's called Judy Ann. Lately it's just seemed to me there's more than one of you. Whenever I go calling out your name, one that longs to love and hold me every single night, one that leaves me standing in the rain. And I still want to hold you in my arms. You know I'll try to understand. Deep within my heart I know I'm better off alone than still in love with Judy Ann. You don't see the difference in your changing point of view as you live your life so safely day by day. Without a plan you make no stand on anything at all, as another one who loved you slips away. And I still want to hold you while you sleep and stand beside you whenever I can. But something's wrong, it can't go on like every other man who's been in love with Judy Ann. I still want to hold you in my arms. You know I'll try to understand. Deep within my heart I know I'm better off alone than still in love with Judy Ann. Than still in love with Judy Ann. Still in love with Judy Ann.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Thanks for letting me join you on
Oh,
that.
you know, I got to say, you heard the song like once or twice, maybe. The miracle is that you can send songs through the internet and someone can listen to them and learn them.
Yeah. You gotta love
but still, I mean, we'd never played together before. That's a credit to just you being so flexible and such a fine musician.
Thank you. And it's a great song, and you listen to it a couple times and you can feel where it's going to go.
It's catchy. At one point, I'd hoped I was going to get some kind of fame, from playing. But I heard John Cougar talking on the television.
John Cougar, prison
John
head,
Cougar Mellon, yeah,
whichever his name is now.
Yeah, a really cool guy. Yeah, he was asked if he was ever going to have another hit song, and he said no. He says just listen to what's popular now, and he says my time is done. I'm still. He's painting now.
Right.
And he still writes and he still performs, but he just says
it's a different audience.
It's not that's not what they're looking for.
Right.
And you have to be age appropriate.
Well, for the radio, I guess.
Yeah. It's possible that there's been some clubs I've gone into and I've wanted to work there, and they just look at me and say, "Well, you're just too damn old."
I can tell you a story about that, but I won't.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. I mean, and Ed's no spring chicken. I mean, I thought you were younger than you were. You're holding your age very well.
He's
97 years old.
I'm 97 years old, but I got the body of like a 78-year-old guy. So I'm
and I got the mind of
and a mind of a 4-year-old. So it's like you average all those together.
It all works out in the end. They're wiping our ass on the way in. They're wiping our ass on the way out. We can't talk. We're drooling like diapers. Depends.
Oh man. But I mean, I try to keep current. I mean, I was noodling around with a Justin Bieber song, and I mean, I said, "That's
you got to
cool
set
song.
Out your demos with a young person's face on there.
Maybe I should do that,
and just like blow their mind and say, "Well, I'm sorry, that was my son. He's sick, but I'm going to fill in for him."
And
just go do it.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to go in and play like Al Jolson music or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
and I find my older audiences are my best audiences.
Yeah,
because they can relate to the music, and I do a lot of younger crowd stuff too, but they're not paying attention. They're doing this.
Right, right. Everyone is connected because they're so important.
Cool. Let's do another song, man, because we're
running out?
Cruising out. We're good. We're just cruising along.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
Well, I got the Garden State song.
You got two of them, right? Are we down to
I don't know if
two?
I have two.
You have one?
I think I have one.
Okay.
We did a ton of stuff tonight.
We did. And
we did the dog song. We did Judy Ann. We did.
Yep. And I heard two of these songs. Ed sent me, emailed me to him, and I heard them the other, when he wanted to be on the show, and I played around with him a little bit last night. So a couple of these songs I'm hearing for the first time, which are awesome. And this next one, he was warming up while we were setting up, and I'm like, you got to do that song. This is a great song.
I wrote this song,
especially for our Jersey folks out there.
Yeah, that's what it's for. I wrote this shortly after Hurricane Sandy, and I should I be this?
Yeah.
And I entered it in a song contest. It was like Stronger Than the Storm or something like that. I said, this is great. And I actually had visioned them taking part of the song and using it in a New Jersey commercial.
Right.
But what I didn't realize is that a lot of song contests are based on your fans from your media.
And that's
so if you don't have like a Facebook following and a Twitter following, it's like, I didn't even have a Facebook account.
I entered a video contest production contest, and it wasn't based on the credibility and talent of your product. It was based on voting.
They only listen to it if it's gotten like 25,000 people that already like it. So if I already had that kind of a fan base, I don't need them anymore.
About bank.
So I don't think it actually got heard. But I still think it's a pretty cool song. I was thinking of sending it to Bruce Springsteen.
I like it. Yeah, this is a great song.
I was thinking of sending it to Bruce Springsteen and seeing if he'd do it. But anyway, I wrote it. It was genuine when I wrote it. And
it's called The Garden State?
It's called In the Garden State.
In the Garden State.
And I was born in an Army hospital in New Jersey. So I might have gone other places, but I always ended up coming back here.
Cool song. In the Garden State. Ed Tripold, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, and this is, I guess, going to take us out then, right?
Okay. Yeah, this will bring us pretty close to.
Well, there's a nice little thing at the very end where it ends on this chord, and there's a bunch of Eds singing in the background. So
I almost want to move my mouth. Going on.
Which I meant to say is that I do create all these myself.
Yes.
It's
all Ed.
It's all Ed. Yeah. I guess I'm the Grateful Ed. Yeah, yeah, really. You want to hear it again? We're not really anything like what you see on your TV. That is simply not reality. When you come to visit us and meet us face to face, you'll find something special in the people and this place. Sometimes we gotta move fast, we gotta stay strong. It's how we get along. We won't let some storm seal our fate. When times get so rough, we don't need to act tough. Our strength will be enough. There's a lot of soul in the Garden State. Who could ever ask for more? Relaxing at the Jersey Shore. Ripe tomatoes, wine, and sweet fresh corn. And drivers from the other states recognize my Jersey plates. I'm proud to say that's where I was born. So when we gotta move fast, we're gonna stay strong. It's how we'll get along. We won't let disasters seal our fate. When times get so rough, we don't need to act tough. Our strength will be enough. There's a lot of soul in the Garden State. There's a lot of soul in the Garden State. There's a lot of soul in the Garden State. In the Garden State. In the Garden State. In the Garden State. in the Garden State.
Awesome. Awesome. Ed Tripold.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. This has been a real blast. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
So, are you formally taught? How did you come about songwriting?
Pretty much trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error. I mean, I took like a guitar courses sometimes, but really only just little seminar things.
Because your melodies are good, and you're afraid, they're great. That's a great song. That's a radio friendly song for sure.
I've written a number of things, and a lot of them just aren't that good.
You got to write bad ones to figure out the good ones.
And also I worked out in Colorado with some duos, and a really good friend of mine's a bass player out there who's been playing a lot. His name is Chris Kobnick, and he plays with a group called Better Half. If you look him up, he and his wife are wonderfully talented.
Nice.
But I worked with him in a duo, and he taught me a lot about song structure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd write a song, and he'd say, well, how come it doesn't have a bridge? I was like, well, what's that?
Right. Where's the confounded bridge?
Where's the bridge? Oh.
My friend John Graper says you got to come back again.
Oh, I would love to. If you would have me, this would be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. That's pretty much, we're over an hour. It goes fast, doesn't it?
It did go fast.
It's crazy.
You said it would.
Anything you'd like to plug? Does you have anything?
I would say if you could just check my Facebook musician page. You can find that
if you go to my page for those that don't know Ed personally.
Yeah, or just type in Ed Tripold in the Facebook search.
And what will happen with this stream is it'll be archived on YouTube, and I'll send you a link, and you can put that in the comments as well.
Oh, boy, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great, yeah.
And
then maybe come and see me if I'm playing out someplace.
Yeah, if you do...
Unless, of course, I'm out seeing him, which is,
Post schedules to my Facebook. I mean, I always like to share the musicians that are out playing. We got to keep music alive.
Cool.
It's a tough industry, and live music is cool.
It is cool.
So this is live from over there. It's kind of live,
yeah.
And then it's going to be in the can on YouTube. But Ed, thank you very much for coming.
This was wonderful. Thank you. This has been my treat. This is great.
Thank you for everybody, John and Heather in the chat room.
Thank you so much, everybody.
That watched. And we will see you again from over there. Thank you, man. Peace out.